Hi everybody, Davina Sharry here, founder and director at Powerful Parenting Australia. Look, thanks so much for joining us today. Pop on over to Facebook after today's video, click to like us. We'd really appreciate that. Maybe look at our website, check out the fantastic testimonials that we've got on for you over there. Share today's video if you think it would be helpful, and maybe even click to subscribe. We're churning out a lot of these videos to help with a lot of behaviour management techniques and strategies to help parents and teachers. And don't forget, if you're on our channel, check out the fantastic discount promotional offer that we've got for you in the writing below. It's for a limited time only. Okay, let's start. Today's topic has been raising its head for me quite a bit in the last few months, and that is how to prevent problems, behaviour problems with siblings when there's a newborn on the way or the baby's coming home to live within the family. A lot of parents have been ringing me just recently actually, experiencing behaviour management problems with children, toddlers, 4 and 5 year olds, when the newborn is coming home or is home. So we'd like to do today, which is part 1 of the 2-part series, and we will look at strategies and techniques to prevent the problems before the baby arrives, how to be inclusive and include your child in that process to prevent, actual techniques and strategies, an action plan if you like, and then what to do more importantly if there are behaviour management problems after the baby has come home from the hospital. Okay, sit back and enjoy today's video, and don't forget to watch part 2 of this 2-part series. See you soon. Okay, let's get started. Today's video, how to prevent behaviour problems with siblings when baby arrives, has 2 parts. Today we'll look at part 1 in the 2-part series. Okay, congratulations, you're both pregnant. What an exciting time of life. As new parents, or even as established parents, you are about to become very, very busy. And new babies can represent one of the happiest times for families, but on the other hand, they can also represent one of the toughest. If you already have a child or children, there will be specific things you'll need to do to ensure he or she is fully prepared for the changes that are about to take place in the home, and prevent, as much as is possible, any behavioural issues that could arise as a result of the new arrival. Okay, let's look for a moment at behaviour and the new baby. It's true, the birth of a new baby is a wonderful time of life, but few things can be more disruptive for some children than a new little person or some new little babies arriving and they're being the centre of everyone's attention. While you and your partner will be undoubtedly very excited about this new addition to the family, your child may not share your enthusiasm. So why is that? Okay, well, to help us understand what a child might be feeling, let's see if we can understand things from their perspective for a moment. Just imagine how you might react if, as an adult, your partner told you that he or she, while not replacing you, had arranged for a shiny new partner to come and live in the family home. Imagine if your partner told you that he or she will still love you, as there's enough love in it for everybody, but you needed to just accept that the new partner was arriving soon. And then imagine that everyone fell automatically in love with the new partner after she or he arrived. Even as an adult, thoughts of being replaced or of not being valued would quickly present themselves. We can just guess that some children would perhaps experience similar feelings. Research actually shows us that children with close relationships to mum are more likely to be upset after the baby arrives. The good news is, however, that children with strong relationships with dad seem to adjust well. Some children accept the new baby without skipping a beat, while others experience fear and jealousy, act out, regress, or wanting to be babied themselves, exhibit challenging or even angry behaviours, become overly attached to parents, while others have no response at all. The good news is it's all normal. But there are many things you can do to help your older child or children to adapt, and to adapt well. Children need to know what to expect. They need to know what will happen next, what to think about the new arrival, and how to deal with all the changes. And you are going to be the ones as parents to help them learn about their evolving feelings and how best to react to the new baby, which will in turn inform their emotional development. Okay, so that's our introduction. Let's look now at what steps to take to prevent problems from arising even before the new baby arrives, and then in the second video we'll look at what to do after baby arrives. So number one, before baby arrives, tell your child. There is no right or wrong way to tell your child about the impending sibling. The key is here to use age-appropriate language and break down your communication so that young children can understand. Answer all their questions honestly, but at the same time you will need to acknowledge your child's maturity level. For example, if they ask where do babies come from, you should explain the baby is growing inside mummy's tummy rather than broach the topic of sex. You'll also need to communicate very clearly that you will still love them and they will always be cared for, that they're safe. Young children, as a footnote, young children rarely grasp time, especially a long-term timetable, so it might be a good idea to make a baby calendar, and that way they can cross off the days of the weeks, so your older child or your firstborn child can gain a more of a concrete understanding of when the baby will arrive. Okay, number two, create a connection. Remind your child that he or she was a baby once too. By creating a connection between your child and the unborn baby, you set up a connection for the coming months and for the birth of the baby. You could show your child photos of when he or she was a baby to help make the connection more real. The new baby could even send their big brother or sister a little note or a card to say hello, if you think that's appropriate. Number three, this is a big one, folks. Plan for involvement. Plan to be inclusive. By planning to involve your child in the process, you will include them in some of the decisions. By doing this, you communicate to your child that they are important and that they are a part of the family unit. Some activities your child could perhaps participate in could include helping you choose clothes or toys for the baby, decorating some small parts of the baby's room, choosing the bedding or baby furniture, or maybe even helping you pack your hospital bag as an option, or having a very small say, depending on their age, in the name of the baby. Just let your child know that they are expected to contribute and that they are valued and important. Okay, the next step, number four. Please try to postpone any big changes. Now, there's going to be a lot of activity within the home soon, and things are going to get very busy very quickly. Routines will play a very important role as they communicate to the child that things are stable and safe. Also, in the last few months leading up to the birth, if possible, don't make any big changes in your child's life. For example, don't organise for them to leave their bedroom to make way for the baby to move in. That move, if needed, should be done way in the early months prior to the baby's birth, as it can be incredibly unsettling and even stressful to a child. So try to postpone the big changes. Okay, another big one, number 5. Educate your child about the hospital. Hospitals really are a scary place for a lot of children, so you can take your child up to the maternity ward and teach your child about what happens there. Make it a fun trip, make it exciting. Explain that not all hospital trips are because someone's sick. And during your pregnancy, allow your child, depending on their age, to come to your ultrasound and doctor appointments. It's a great way of getting to know that not all doctors are scary. Number 6, educate your child regarding the baby. Okay, baby's coming. It's time to educate your child about babies. Now, that can include reading a small collection of good reading and picture books to explain about pregnancy and what happens when the baby comes home. There are even great books out there at the moment on jealousy and how the sibling may feel during the process. Let your child voice their feelings and ask you questions. Link what they say to when they were a baby. You might even like to purchase a real-life baby doll and let them practice holding the baby doll and touching the baby, and explain the care needed when nursing and supporting the newborn. Depending on your child's age, you could even investigate classes that they hold for older siblings to help them or him or her learn what will happen next and how to help them get prepared for the baby's arrival. You could even visit friends with babies and have a real life little practice. Okay, number 7. Ask your child for their assistance. This one's often overlooked by new parents or existing parents. Children are very egocentrical. Little girls thrive on being the big girls. Little boys always want to be thought of as the big boys. So use this terminology to excite your child about their big boy or big girl position that they've now got in the house. Appeal to their need to be all grown up. Explain some of the activities that they are going to need to help you with, as they are now the big sister or the big brother. Make it fun and ask for their help. Tell them why they are needed and explain why you think they can handle their new role. Use promotional language such as my assistant or the leader in or the big sister of. To denote their role, use language of big boy and big girl. If done carefully and in a really fun way, children just love to be called big and will aspire to meet the responsibilities of their new role, however small, with pride and a little gleam in their eye. Okay, and lastly, make sure you tell the school. Naturally, the school, kindergarten or childcare centre needs to know about the pending arrival of the baby, as this can help the teachers to understand any possible mood swings. It's also helpful if the teacher seems to be aware of the changes, as some children might even discuss how they feel with a much-loved educator or carer. So they're the 8 big steps that we believe you need to take in helping to prevent behaviour problems before the baby's due. In our next video, in part 2 of this 2-part video series, we'd like to look at the next 10 steps to take after the baby has arrived to help prevent a very important second part to this 2-part series. Okay everyone, thanks for listening. See you soon.